Okay. So, Mercury is in retrograde, and I usually talk to you guys about Mercury in retrograde. But like, I still feel like I'm recovering from last Mercury retrograde. So I kind of want to just talk to you guys about like how I'm feeling, like what's in the air. I know that there's like a lot of stuff going on in the universe, like a lot of stuff going on with the planets, with the moon, all that stuff that is like, it's like above my head. And I'll listen to other channels talk about like what's going on, and it still is just, it just glides right over my head. And so I kind of like will take, you know, little parts of it, and other parts I'm like, huh? So I just want to tell you how I'm feeling, and then if you're feeling the same, cool. If not, that's fine too. You know, you all know that I come here to talk to you guys about what's going on and how I feel, and I feel like I've become, for some of you guys, a soft place to land during these times, so that you know that you're not alone. Because these past few months have been something else, that's for sure. I remember hearing someone predict, hearing it on YouTube, someone predict that 2018 is going to be quite the year. And I was like, no way, 2017 has been a year. 2018 is going to be like a year of rest. I totally know it. I was wrong. I loved 2017 because 2017 was this year of making changes that were uncomfortable, but I was, how can I say it? It was like changes that I knew I had to make. And so I made them and felt so much better for having made the changes. And it was definitely putting me past my comfort zone, but like in the most exciting way. 2018 has been putting me past my comfort zone, but not necessarily in an exciting way. It's definitely been a, let's just shake up my life and see how I land. And so this Mercury retrograde, it happened a few days ago. And I don't even, the 26th, is that right? And then was it the total lunar eclipse happened the 27th, or is it the other way around? Was it? Anyways, I felt this instant shift, and it could have been from the total lunar eclipse, it could have been from the full moon, it could have been from Mercury retrograde, who knows? But I have noticed that since, what was it, the middle of April, like when Mercury retrograde ended, and I felt like I've been going through the aftermath of Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde for me in March didn't really bother me very much, but I feel like maybe it was like this collision of things under the surface, and that after Mercury retrograde ended in the middle of April, then it all kind of came to the surface for me to figure out. And I feel like I've just been like bombarded with all these different things. And so I came into this Mercury retrograde just a few days ago irritated. I am one who, like, when you push me and push me and push me, I will take it for a little while, because I give the benefit of the doubt. I always think positive. I figured there's a greater reason for all of this. I went into this Mercury retrograde going, I'm freaking tired of this crap. And I want to grab the bull by the horns. I seriously want a punching bag, because I want to, like, obliterate the bag. I am angry. And I feel like it's showing up in like the way that I do my life, and in the way that I'm thinking in my, like, friendships and in my scheduling and all that kind of stuff. And I wrote some notes down. I feel like after the last Mercury retrograde, I felt this whole like hurry up and wait energy. I felt like a lot of people were waiting on other people before they could do anything. Like it was just this stuck feeling, where, and I've experienced that in my own life, where it was like people were waiting on me for something and I'm like, but I'm waiting on them before I can give you an answer. If we're a bunch of gears, you know, I felt like we all kind of came to a screeching halt. We know we need to move forward, but we're waiting on the oil, the whatever, you know, take the rock out of the gears or whatever so that we can keep going again. So I feel like it's just this stuck. We're like stuck wanting to move forward. And there's that pressure there that we want to move forward, but we can't because we have to wait. So it's this whole hurry up and wait thing. And on top of that too, I've been feeling vertigo like crazy. I don't know what it is. I've been feeling vertigo, stomach pains, like vision problems, hearing problems, ear poppings. Like it's getting to a point, like I feel like you go down the chakras and I've experienced like every like sort of like in every area there's been some sort of issue. I have been, you know, kind of surfing around YouTube, and I'm finding that this is a typical thing that's happening with a lot of people lately, where we're all going through changes and we all understand that we need to release things that are no longer honoring us, and we need to release ourselves from situations that are no longer honoring us. A lot of people are changing jobs, a lot of people are moving, a lot of people are letting go of toxic relationships, or just relationships, certain relationships in general. And we are in search of a better way of living, whatever that may be. And it's uncomfortable. And I feel like I'm feeling that collective energy. And I am always striving for betterment, but at the same time, I get really stubborn and I don't like change. And I don't like when it's a very uncomfortable and, the fear of the unknown, you know, the fear of the future, like what's going to happen. And it gets me down. And so now going into this Mercury retrograde, like I mentioned, I'm just mad. I'm irritable. In the same vein, I feel like I'm like that in conversations with people and in my friendships. And I feel like I'm at this situation where I'm sick and tired of talking about things that, like, I'm just not patient in my conversations. Sometimes I'm just like, hurry up and tell me what it is you need to know. Or will you quit talking about that person? Or will you not bring that up because it's like, it does us no good to talk about it. And I feel like I'm failing at listening to others, because I'm like, just get to the point, because I'm so like irritable because of the past few months. Now, granted, I should not blame the past few months because it all starts with me, right? So this is something that I'm noting, but I'm so much in this space within me where I know my value and I know my worth. And if you make me feel less than that, then I'll catch you on the flip side, because I don't want that in my life right now. I was listening to somebody a while ago talking about how a lot of people, because of all this that's going on, a lot of people, females in general, have been feeling like they've been lacking confidence and have been like they don't feel like they're good enough or whatever. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm in this mode where, I mean, that sounds like I'm arrogant, and so I apologize if it comes off like arrogance. I'm more just like, this is who I am. If you appreciate it, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. But right now, I don't care to feel anything less than happy with who I am and keeping myself in a good place, because the energies are enough to like tear me down, and enough to have me see things that are hard to see, and have me make decisions that are hard to make. So the last thing I guess I'm allowing myself to feel is lack of confidence in myself. You know, if anything, I feel more confident in myself, even though that seems really odd. I think I just need that. I just need that confidence in myself to like keep moving forward. I've noticed too, since Mercury went retrograde, since the full moon, the total lunar eclipse, that I've had like no appetite whatsoever. I would like to know how you guys have been feeling, and I feel like I am like hypersensitive to the feelings of others around me. And I think because I have been so confuzzled with everything that's been going on since March, I feel like when people are happy, I feel that happiness too. And when people are sad, I feel that sadness too. And I feel like there's a real genuine emotion I feel to that. I feel like I'm truly feeling a genuine sense of empathy towards those that I come in contact with. And not only that, I'm seeing people almost through different eyes, like a different perspective. You know, like I've always looked at people and I've always tried to see them from a positive perspective. Granted, people are people and people are flawed, and I'm flawed too. And frankly, some people, especially since I work with public, some people are just blatantly rude and they tick me off, and I want nothing to do with them. But you know how when you go to the eye doctor and they put that little like machine on you, and then they give you different lenses, and they're like 1 or 2, you know, and to help you see things, like help you to see that letterboard clearer, you know? I feel like I've always looked at people from a somewhat positive perspective. I always try to give the benefit of the doubt because of how I live my life is different than how other people live their life. And having to, all that I've gone through, I've really had to look a hard look at myself and at all my flaws. And I've realized that I cannot judge someone according to how they live their life and how they act when I'm doing the best that I can with what I know and with the flaws that I have. And with all that I've been through, have felt like I've had God walk alongside me, that it would be such a disservice to all that I have learned within myself and of those around me, that it'd be just a disservice to judge someone else because God has walked alongside them as well. I've always looked at people with love, or at least I've tried to look at people with love. But since Mercury retrograde, so since these past few days, I have felt like my perspective on these people have become clearer, where with the eye doctor mask looking thing, I feel like I've gotten like a little bit of a clear prescription, and I now go, oh wow, I can see the lines of the letters so much more clear, or I can now see, you know, around the room a little bit more vividly with this new perspective. And I feel like that's what Mercury retrograde has done for me in these past few days. And I've had, especially again, working with public, I love working with public. I love my job. I've just noticed that like my heart reaches out so much more purely, but also quicker to those that I come in contact with, and those who have questions, and those who need my help. I, instead of like hesitating, like not that like I hesitate, you know, but it's my lack of confidence in myself that will have me going, well, I don't really know if I can answer this question. I don't really know if I'm the best help for you right now. And why don't you go ask my coworker who might be of better help? But instead, I feel like I'm jumping on helping them and answering their questions and just being genuine and wanting to make their day a little bit brighter, or to just be a positive influence, I guess, in their day. It's just interesting how I'm irritable, but at the same time, I have all this compassion. I'd love to know what your guys' perception is on what's been going on. I don't know if I'll update you guys during this Mercury retrograde. Seriously, I just feel like it's all up in the air. You know, I might bring my camera around and talk to you guys about what's going on each day and whatnot, or I might not. So let me look at my notes and see. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I know I haven't been posting regularly, but I appreciate your support regardless. I still am like on the fence as to like whether I should lighten my hair or not. My hair, I want to dye it because I'm getting, you know, I'm wanting that vibrancy back, but I would like to lighten it, but I'm not sure if I want to put my hair through that brutality. I considered doing like a coconut oil over my hair and then bleaching it, but I need to find out if that still does some damage to your hair, because I know that our hair loves oil and it needs oil. And when we lighten it or do that vitamin C treatment, it strips it of that oil and that nutrition that our hair really needs. And so I'm like in this like odd, like I'm like in a catch-22, like should I just dye my hair? But I won't be as happy with it than if I lightened it first. But I don't want to damage my hair like I probably will if I lighten it. So it's on my mind. It's there. I don't know. So I guess you guys will find out, you know, you'll be surprised as to what I do. So that's everything. Yeah, I hope you're doing well and that life is going good for you. And I'll talk to you later. Catch you on the flip. Bye.